Hey guys, and welcome to the next episode of Daisy Journals. Basically, I have spawned after the last episode's horrible, shameful death, and basically found myself in Cherno and killed a guy immediately with a magnum. The moment I saw him, I put bullets in his skull and took all of his gear out of cold, bitter desperation to get north as soon as possible after that terrible death, and got all the SAT gear I needed to go north. After going north, I found myself at Starry and ended up murdering another guy with a nice quick 2 shots to the head with the gun that I had at the time. I think it was an AKM, and found a Bison PP and a saw, the light machine gun. At that point I found myself running northeast to go to the northeast airfield and caught sight of this. That's right, I've spotted a downed helicopter, but not just a downed helicopter, a truck pack right next to it. No, it's not empty, it's manned by one fellow who is wearing a ghillie suit and a weapon I can't quite see at this range. I confirmed that he's looting it and it's his vehicle, and then noticed that he's now driving away. I see that he's heading southeast and he happens to be going in a perfect path, if I'm lucky, in a way that I could run and cut him off. If I can steal that vehicle, I bet he's got some nice loot on that. I could even set up a base. So I start heading over, run through the trees, and hope that he's stopped. And turns out he has stopped. That is fucking convenient. It looks like he might be AFK or alt-tabbed or something, which gives me the idea that I can just run up and shoot him in the head through the windshield. And unfortunately that's not the case, so I have no choice but to now shoot at the car. And I've got a nice saw, so why not give it a go? And I'm trying to snipe him, maybe get lucky and pot a wheel, but it doesn't look like I'm gonna. I unloaded 20 clean shots there, but sadly, no, he's got away. Over the hill he goes, heading, I believe it was northeast there, so I think maybe I could follow him and maybe track him if I get lucky. He could even stop if I get over that hill in time, and maybe steal the car. If not, maybe he's heading northeast to loot the airfield. Either way, I'm heading that way now. After a little bit of tracking, unfortunately it seems that I can't seem to find him, though I found myself very close to the northeast airfield at the time, so decided to run over there. I took position up on the hill which is northeast of the northeast airfield, just to scout before I entered, and caught sight of this. That's right, I can see some zombie aggro, but unfortunately I can't see the player. So what I decided to do, based on the fact that I don't have a sniper rifle, in fact I have a Bison PP, which is a silenced gun, and a assault rifle, a CCO, which is basically just a holographic sight on an assault rifle that's camo. But like I say, no sniper, so I have no choice but to move in. I'm not going to be able to do anything even if I could see him. I need to get closer, and the perfect time to go is while he can't actually see me. So I start moving down and get the correct weapon out, rather than have a shitty silenced low damaging weapon to take him out. As I make my way down to the airfield, I approach this bush that I'm going to use for cover if anything goes wrong, but I notice as I enter past the bush, he's just entered the hangar and he's no longer in the control tower, so that complicates things a bit. I go prone to stealth my way over, because if he just looks over here at any point, he'll see a name tag, prone or not, but I don't want him to be able to shoot me. Right now there's tall grass and a fence, so he can't possibly actually hit me without me being able to retaliate first. So I move my way over to this post. I'm going to use this post as a covering position and something to lean on. Aim. Fairly accurate at God, like 80 feet with an assault rifle. Not perfect, but better than just being shot while prone staring at the guy, right? At least that's some improvement. Holy fuck, that was embarrassing. I've become a bit of a bandit in my bitterness after that video. I can't believe I let myself die like that. I'm going to move my way over there and loot him. Zombies seem to have despawned. I think that was based on the fact that he must have rage logged out while dead. And I'm going to loot him now. Having just got the fuck out of Dodge, because when you have a fight at an airfield, more fighting certainly follows, so I got the hell out of there before I got sniped of some kind or shot like that guy did, completely unaware. I'd made my way west to the dam and found myself refueling and drinking, and you know, basically the whole concept of me being here was just to refill my water bottle while I head west to the northwest airfield. However, as I start to make my way away from the water, having filled up the water bottle, if my character ever wants to do that, to prevent this from being an awkward, killing time, constantly talking, this is really it, self, can you stop messing around with your inventory, you fucking, oh my god, I was staring at that for like so long. There, look, there we go, fucking finally. I noticed when I was running that I just check over there and saw this little red splodge. I pull out my binoculars and see, I investigate what the fuck that was. Boom, a car parked up. That's got to be a camp. Something's going on there and there could be players there. One quick second check just in case, and I mark it on my map so I don't get lost. And I start to head over there, and before I do that I better equip that weapon that I was using before to kill the last guy, because once again 3k, what is it, like 2k damage to a chest with the bison, like nothing. The amount of times you have to shoot someone with a bison before they die, it's like shooting them with a Makarov. Anyway, I start heading over the bridge and make my way over there, very, very cautious, because if I could get sniped at any point. There could be so many people up there, or just none. I mean, I'd prefer that one, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm nearly there now, very close to the camp, or so I believe anyway. Based on the waypoint it seems that I'm there. And here we are. I can see multiple tents and multiple vehicles. I think it's like 3 cars, a tractor, and 3 tents. That's ridiculous. The amount of loot that I found in this little camp was ridiculous. But I'm not quite crazy bandit evil. I didn't blow them all up and take everything and steal cars. And I should have stolen that tractor, really. I, in fact, donated a weapon to take a weapon because it suited the situation. And I hoped that I could come back, possibly, if need be. Unfortunately, after leaving that camp, I did go back to check it was still there when I next logged in, and yeah, they noticed, let's say, and were gone, and I've not seen them since, so don't waste your time, let's say that. The next bit of footage isn't something I expected at all. A helicopter flew over me on my journey to the northwest. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording at the time because I was running through trees, and why the fuck would I record at that point? And I was invited to get a lift. We agreed to meet at the northeast airfield, and it turns out that these were the people who created the server and uphold the server. They play legit on the server, but you know, they're still the admins. They get rid of hackers and that type of thing. Everything they do is legit, and they just play the game like how it is, and I really think that's cool. I ended up playing for a while with them, and this is the following stuff that happened. I met with a guy named James who found himself in the fire station of the northeast, and we moved ourselves to the racks. We decided to basically loot the barracks and then get out of there and go to the northwest. He has a helicopter, and it certainly made things faster. There was also another guy there called Darren, who was also, you know, he's the guy who owns the server, and we just moved our way over to the northwest. Now we've arrived at the northwest airfield, there are a few things I need to highlight on the following clips. Basically, at the time I was not talking with my mic in game, and there were times where I was typing and stuff because we were communicating with each other through typing. Obviously that doesn't really make a good video, and the audio's off, so I've lowered the audio of that so you don't really hear the typing all the time, and I'm just going to be post-commentating everything up until the point where we start using our mics, so in-game sound will come back then and be completely dominant. Here we are landing on the northwest airfield, and we've decided to go loot the racks. So we hit the middle racks and the northern new racks, which has been spawned in based on the server for more loot. I mentioned that last episode, I believe. But something happens which we're not expecting.
Was it me, Aaron? Getting cover.
Done. If you're mildly confused as to what's going on, while we were looting the final northern barracks, a shot was fired off to the north, and I caught sight of a zombie running in that direction. That 100% means there's players, and Darren just confirmed to me on mic that that wasn't him and that wasn't his group, and he doesn't know who that is, and informs me that I should get into cover, which means shit's about to go down, let's just say. Tiny bit further on from those DMR shots, it turns out Darren actually caught sight of one of them and laid some bullets into him. He went down and disappeared into the floor, and that's what he's just been telling me here. We finally start using mic communication because we realise we can, which is pretty pro, and decide a plan of strategy. Okay, that makes it easier. That makes it easier.
Yeah, but I think he might be able to hear us as well.
Alright.
Because it wasn't that far. It just kind of flashed somewhere to the north.
Yeah.
I'll try draw fire. Do you want to get hit him?
Moving. Unfortunately, after trying to draw their fire and do everything we can in our power to get them to attack us so we know where they are, they didn't retaliate at all. And you want to know why? Because those cool guys logged out in the middle of combat. We found out because we had a look at the lobby list and saw them just sat in the lobby. So that's cool of them! Cool guys! Yes! Oh, that doesn't anger me at all! No! Yeah, so we get in the helicopter and we move to the southern barracks to go finish looting because they decided to be terrible little pansies about it. But the server's ticking over and about to restart, so we take up camp, land the helicopter, and log out and wait for the server to tick over. But at that very moment, we notice one of them, in fact no, both of them, have just come back online just before the server restart. So we start moving over there and prepare for the fight and hope they don't end up combat logging again. Well then, flank right, like straight north around the wall to where the spot where you shot them was. If we were facing south, looking at the spot where you were looking at, we probably have a good vision on them running in the opposite direction to where they think you are. So just flank for now. Bear in mind I don't actually know where you shot them specifically, so you'll have to do that bit.
They didn't run south, they must be north.
Yeah. They could have either disengaged or thought we left by now and gone into the racks.
Yeah. If I was them, I would have just legged it straight out towards Gushino way.
Yeah, that'd be logical. But they're combat loggers, so...
Yeah. The guy I shot had an air-50 by the way, so be careful.
Oh boy.
Yep. Yeah, I'll use a pig as cover. Go, my little boy, go!
I don't think he was that keen on you.
Zombies, players, get back. Back.
Got him. Loading the nade. Take your shot.
I'm ready to shoot if you are.
I'm gonna fire over the wall.
Oh no, we gotta go. DCRC.
I know they saw us.
They're aiming at us, get cover. They know we're here. Wait for the chopper, James, come to the northeast side of the airfield. I'm at 42, northwest part of that tile. They're going to be about 100 meters north. So aim for 44, 43. No, 44, 41, sorry. I'm putting the James back at the same time.
In that very moment, I was pulled out of grenade launchering over that wall by Darren, thank God, because that was in the wrong spot. Having looked at the footage, in that moment I thought they were just across the wall. I would have missed completely. In this second moment, I have no time to tell him that I have just latched a really good idea. So here's what's happening in my head right now. They are in position A at the end of the wall, and we are halfway along the wall at position B. I move around in a half circle to go behind them while Darren stays at position B aiming in their direction. If I pull this off while the helicopter's distracting them, I will find myself right behind them and Darren will find himself sniping them while they're distracted by me, and I could grenade launch them, and the helicopter's coming from the west side, and this is a complete fucking mess right now because the helicopter has a heavy machine gun attached to it and it can unload on their position. So we have a very good plan here, of which only I know about because I'm not on Skype with these people. I don't know them that well, and the only way I've got to communicate with them is when I'm near them, and I'm no longer near them. Chances are they're gonna murder me before they murder the guys who are actually fighting on accident. By now I should be. Shots interrupting my thought. I'm definitely behind them now. That's them firing the AS-50 at the helicopter. I see someone parachuting and the helicopter just plunges to the ground. An explosion. I load the grenade launcher, fire, bang on target, hits the tree, hear the explosion, there's no explosion, don't understand what's going on. Try again. Bang on target, explosion, no damage to anyone, don't understand. They're running around like flies. I take my shots while I can. They're moving around too radically. Suddenly whip round aiming at me, and we both unload at each other. And I go down. I managed to somehow not kill him. And during that time Darren wasn't able to snipe them. And the helicopter was blown up by the AS-50. Everyone there, all four of us, just died based on the fact that we had no communication. Or at least I wasn't part of it. And it turns out that there's a bug in DayZ right now where if you load a grenade launcher and fire it at a tree, you'll hear the explosion, you'll hit bang on the tree where you're supposed to, but no explosion will actually happen. There'll be no explosion on screen and no damage will be done anywhere. I did actually hit that fucking target, and if I had, they'd be dead. It's bullshit, man. That is bullshit. Fortunately, even though that's really annoying and sort of just a piss take, I have something better for you in store. Something that's been going on for the past 2 days, which I wasn't expecting to happen. So here is a kind of trailer for the next episode, and I hope you look forward to it and enjoy.
One down there.
Oh, who's that? Camo.
This is the location you gave me.
He's got up, Okay,
Right,
can I unload on the yeah, I'm firing!
Come back here!
Oh god, I think we're gonna die.
He's so slow!
There's a player there! There's a player there!
Where?
Shoot him! Fire island!
Oh, there is! Shoot him!
I can't see him!
He's gonna shoot me!
Oh, I see him! I'm lower! I couldn't see him!
He was gonna kill me, man!
When I get the chance.
Well, as soon as you get a chance, take a shot, yeah. Yeah, Ride onto that.
I will. Right, jump out now.
Jumping.
Stop taking my food.
You get You have sardines. I'll take your sardines.
He has raw meat in the heli. He should
I
have.
took your can of sardines.
Yeah, he should have raw meat.
What is it with you?
It's fucking. It's canned food bandit.
Hey,
No.
the wilderness you have to survive.
There. Just make yourself known that you're there.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One shot.